Welcome back. Today we're with Steve Donahue of Atlantic Home Capital, and we're learning about reverse mortgages. So just to recap a little bit, Steve, what exactly is a reverse mortgage?
A reverse mortgage actually allows you to pull equity out of your home. I mean, normally you make mortgage payments each month. With this reverse mortgage, the bank allows you a certain amount of cash. You have 3 or 4 different options to use as you see fit with that money. You can receive a monthly payment, you could take it out of a home equity, or you can receive it all in one lump sum. Those are the options that you have to do.
Okay.
That's it.
I know a lot of people find, they're looking forward to retirement, they have so many things they want to do, but when they actually get there, they're cash poor and they're struggling, and they can't enjoy that time.
That's one of the benefits of a reverse mortgage. To recap what you just said, when you have people that they're sitting on a piggy bank in their own home, they don't realize it. What this does now, it frees up your mortgage payment. It leaves you open for other options to take that vacation you never did. If you want to fix up your kitchen, if you'd like to go on a trip somewhere, if you want to help out family members or friends, all that money is available to you that you never had before.
And which is great for people to know, because I think a lot of people feel very restricted and limited these days because they've seen their investments just drop to ridiculously low numbers, and people are feeling like they're lost. So a reverse mortgage is a great option for getting back your quality of life.
Absolutely, gives you peace of mind. People forget that the seniors are on fixed income. This gives them the extra cash they need to do some of the things that they weren't able to do before that, and to stay in their home where they want to be.
Right.
That's the most important thing.
Does a reverse mortgage affect Social Security or pension? That's an important thing for seniors to know.
Yeah, absolutely not. It has no effect whatsoever.
None at all?
None whatsoever.
Okay. And I think that's a good, that's a misconception that's out there, so it's very good to clear that up.
Big misconception.
Okay. Does it cost anything to take a reverse mortgage?
The only fee that they would charge up front is have an appraisal done, but there are some closing fees involved, like a traditional mortgage, and that can be included in the loan.
Okay. But again, it's important to know the value of your home, so that you know what equity you have in the home.
Absolutely. That's one of the process, you find out as you move along exactly what you're going to receive.
Okay. And how much money can you qualify for?
Well, each person's different. It's going to be based on the value of your home, your age, and the current interest rate that you're going to be receiving when you apply.
Okay, so those are the 3 factors that impact.
That's correct. Those 3 factors determine how much money you're going to get.
Okay. And again, Atlantic Home Capital is there to help people, guide them through this process, help them understand what they qualify for, what they're going to get, and how to handle it.
Absolutely. When we get the phone call from the homeowners, we do a free consultation at the home, go over everything step by step, tell them exactly how much money they would get, about what they would receive, the different options that they have available. After that, they get to meet another reverse counselor and then decide if they want to move forward from there.
Do you find that when seniors are looking into this option that their children are often very involved in the process, or not so much?
We actually encourage them to speak with their children and also their person that handles their tax returns, so that they're more comfortable moving forward. That's what we like to hear, that the whole family's involved and that everyone's on the same page.
Right.
So if the children have any questions, we like them to be there as well during that first meeting and hand the cards out, so if they have any questions, they phone in along the process.
What would you say is the biggest misconception about reverse mortgages that you've seen in your personal experience?
That the seniors feel that they're going to lose their home, which is not true, because like we stated in the past, they always remain on the deed of the house and they can sell it at any time they like.
So when you call it a need program, what do you mean by that exactly?
I believe that when you have a senior that's living on her own and she's on a fixed income, and each month other costs are going up, your gas is going up, your electric is going up, your taxes are going up, your homeowner's insurance is going up, all these things are going up, and you're on a fixed income. So now you start to get drowned in debt, and at the end of the month you start dipping into your savings account, and your credit card bills start going up, and you need help. And you want to be independent, you don't want to go ask your children, and you still want to stay in your home. This gives you every single, solves all your problems, gives you the options, and still you always remain on the deed.
And this is the product that can make your life easier.
It solves all your problems and solves all your needs.
And of course, if you would recommend it to your own mother, which you did, then I know it's good.
My mother fit in that exact category, and since then, it's been 2 years, she's been very happy.
Which is great to know, because I think we do get concerned about our parents as they're aging. And if there's something out there that can help us help them live a better quality life, we need to be learning about it and taking advantage of it.
I agree with you. A lot of kids have concerns about their parents and they don't want them to feel like they're being ripped off. But this is a government-backed loan. They can sell the house at any time they want. Their name always remains on the deed. and there's different programs that they have for closing costs. So they've covered all the bases at this point in time.
Why do you think this is the right time for someone to apply for a reverse mortgage?
This is the best time you're ever going to have. The rates are historic lows. If you ever want to do home improvements, fix up the kitchen, if you're looking to take that vacation you never did, if you're looking to do home improvements on the house, if you're looking to have anything with cash right now, this is the best time. Call Atlantic Home Capital.
So for anybody who's on the fence, now is the time.
Now is the time. Don't wait.
Our interest rates are lower than they've ever been in our lifetime, and they're probably not going to get lower or stay low forever, so this is the time to do it.
Hurry up and call Atlantic Home Capital.
All right, folks, you heard it here. This is the time. Reverse mortgages, we've got all the information you need. You've learned a lot. Now we understand it a lot better than we did before, and our brains are full of good information. So call the number on your screen, go to the website, or come into the office and visit these guys. They're happy to help you and talk you through it. Now, when we come back, we're going to learn more about the products and services that Atlantic Home Capital offers. So stay with us.
If you are 62 years or older and you own your home, then we have some great news for you. Atlantic Home Capital can help you obtain a reverse mortgage so you can enjoy the fruits of your labour. Why be equity rich and cash poor? To learn more, watch channel 118 or 18 from 2 till 2:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can also get information by watching on our website at AtlanticHomeCapital.com or just call us at 888-878-0188 to speak with a reverse loan specialist. Or come see us on Veteran Memorial Highway in Ronkonkoma.
They take your problem to heart. You know, you're just not a number. You're an individual that needs help, and they do it. You know, they get you out, whatever they can do, and they'll do it for you. This particular company took the time, saw my problems. They saw that they can repair my problems, and they did.
I don't understand all the numbers. I don't, and Vanessa made it very simple for us, and she handled everything and explained it to us in layman's terms, so we knew what was going on, and just walked us right through it.
I knew exactly what I had to do and what they would do for me to help me get it, and they went out of their way. If you want to reverse, call Capital.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. We've learned a lot today about reverse mortgages, and it's all great information, but now we're going to shift gears just a little bit. Joining me now is Vanessa Thatcher. She's a senior loan officer with Atlantic Home Capital, and they offer a lot more products and services that we haven't touched on yet, so now's the time. Thanks for joining me, Vanessa.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Atlantic Home Capital does mortgage refinances, FHA, conventional, home equity loans. You deal with first-time home buyers. You pretty much you run the gamut there, right?
We do. We're all over the place.
What do you think sets Atlantic Home Capital apart from all the other options when it comes to shopping for a mortgage?
Well, we deal with the client from the beginning to the end. We make sure that they're comfortable in whatever mortgage product that we put them into, and we stick with them through the process. We hold their hand, from the beginning to the end. Education is a big thing. We like to educate and make sure that they understand what we're doing and why we do it.
I think sometimes with big banks, every time you go in or call, you talk to a different person.
That's right.
And that can be intimidating. With your company, that's not the case, right?
That's not the case. You're either going to deal with the loan officer directly, or you may deal with the processor from time to time, but for the most part, it's the loan officer directly. Mm-hmm. Every loan officer will give you their personal cell phone number, their email address, and you can always get someone on the phone. You're not passed around, from switchboard to switchboard. There's always someone that can answer the question.
That's great customer service, because I think the whole process can be very intimidating and frustrating. Mm-hmm. And if you feel like you're starting over every time, right, it must be really discouraging.
Very discouraging, when clients, can't get that response. But we can give them that response. We can give them that personal service, through the whole process.
So I'm guessing with that kind of customer service, your clients leave the office very, very happy.
They do, they do.
And where do you find most of your business?
Most of it is referral, and also from realtors and attorneys and accountants. But a lot of it is referral.
What percentage would you say?
80%.
Wow.
80% referral.
That's huge.
For example, I just recently closed a new construction purchase for a local pastor. And he called me up after the closing to ask me if it was okay to give out my information at Sunday service.
So the pastor actually stood in church and told everybody about your service and your company?
He did, yes. Yes.
I would say that's one happy customer.
Amazing, yes.
That's the kind of word of mouth you really want, and we don't see that a whole lot these days.
We don't.
That's great.
Yes, it is.
I'm sure you're going to get lots of calls after that, too, because they're going to trust the pastor, of course.
Of course, of course. But that just means I have to stand up, to my reputation.
Well, I'm sure that you can do.
Absolutely.
Buying a home for the first time can be a very, very daunting process. So if you could offer a first-time buyer 3 tips, what would they be?
Come to us, come to us, come to us.
That's simple. Come to them. And why?
Not only can we sit down and figure out what makes sense, what you can afford, what you're comfortable with, we can put you in touch with attorneys, realtors, home inspectors, that can make the process easy and make sure that your best interest is at heart, which is what you need.
Okay, so you want somebody on your team who has the knowledge and the resources to help you make the best decision.
That's correct.
Now, you said 2 words in that last answer that I found interesting: what you can afford, and what you're comfortable with.
Correct.
And I think sometimes there's a gap there.
There is a gap.
So
there.
how do you help people navigate and get what is best for them?
Well, a lot of times what I will personally do is sit down and figure out how much they can afford now, what they pay for rent, let's say, how much they can save after all their bills are paid, add the 2 together, and figure out what they can truly afford.
Because I think sometimes people just look at numbers and think, well, this is going to be my mortgage, I'm good. But no, you've got to look at taxes, insurance, other things that factor into that. Not everybody takes that into account, correct?
Correct, and other expenses. When you buy a home, you may have now an oil bill or a gas bill that you didn't have before, a large electric bill. These are all things that have to come into the factor of when someone is trying to buy a home. They think that they can afford a home on paper, but in the end, maybe they can't afford that house that's $300,000. Maybe they need to go down a little bit and figure out what is, more comfortable for them.
Because you have to look at not only what's happening today, but you have to look over that 15, 30-year period, right?
Right, and you have to figure out, what they can afford, not necessarily what they are approved at. Because that's actually 2 different numbers.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think people get confused by that. They're excited, and they jump into more they can handle, and then end up in trouble.
They end up in trouble. They end up in foreclosure. They end up in, not in a good place.
Now, mortgage rates have dropped to pretty much historic lows, so I'm sure you're seeing lots of refinances these days, right?
A lot of refinance business, yes.
And what would you say are the parameters, the circumstances under which that's really a good move?
Every situation is different. You have to look at how many years they've been into that current loan, what their current rate is, what their income is, what their existing loan will cost them over the life of the loan, and then the term of the new loan, whether or not that loan is actually going to cost them more money or whether it's going to save them money. So it really just depends on the person's situation at hand.
And you have to remember that you're going to have closing costs again.
You're going to have closing costs again, although there are programs and products where we can avoid the bulk of the closing costs, but those would actually come with a little bit of a higher rate.
Okay.
But everyone's situation is different.
But again, this is what we come to you for. This is where we get all this great information, and we can sit down and map out a plan that suits our particular circumstances. All right, we're unfortunately out of time, but is there anything you'd like to add before we go today?
Yes, the market is always changing, and we have a huge staff at Atlantic Home Capital that keeps up with guidelines and regulations and what we can do and what we can't do. And if there's a product for your situation, we can make it happen.
If I have a leak at home, I'm going to call the plumber, right? So if I need a mortgage, I'm going to call an expert.
That's right, that's right. And we're always up to speed on what we can do, what we can't do, and what products are out there to help you to get that loan done.
Okay, excellent. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
We've learned a lot today about the full line of products and services that Atlantic Home Capital offers. Reverse mortgages are a really fantastic product, and I hope we've helped educate you and enlighten you a little bit about that to sort of relieve any worries that you might have. We encourage you to visit us. You can call the number on your screen. You can go to our website and ask for help at any point. And as you heard, great customer service is what Atlantic Home Capital is all about. Thanks for joining me.
If you are 62 years or older and you own your home, then we have some great news for you. Atlantic Home Capital can help you obtain a reverse mortgage so you can enjoy the fruits of your labour. Why be equity rich and cash poor? To learn more, watch channel 118 or 18 from 2 till 2:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can also get information by watching on our website at AtlanticHomeCapital.com or just call us at 888-878-0188 to speak with a reverse loan specialist. Or come see us on Veteran Memorial Highway in Ronkonkoma.
I tell him he has a fantastic company, and his employees are, just forget it, they are fantastic, and they do a great job.